We all have heard about the marathon race. It is a long race of 26 miles at least. It happens in every Olympic event 4 years, as well as several other regional athletic sports events. But have we ever imagined why this marathon race is only 26 miles long? What is so special about this number? Is there any history or tradition behind it? Yes, there is. To know about that, we'll have to go back at least 2500 years back into the time. The year was 491 BC, before Christ. At that time, Persia was at its peak, the center of power in that region. And very close to that, there were several other small city civilizations like Sparta and Greece. The capital of Greece was Athens, a city full of splendor, and also a major center for commerce and trade at that point of time. At that time, Persia was ruled by King Darius the First, a very ambitious king who least wanted to have any major civilization or power in vicinity of Persia. But yes, there was no reason immediately to confront Greece, Athens, or Sparta. But yes, then there was one incident which triggered off the anger of King Darius the First from Persia. In some point of time, Greece, Athens, Sparta, they supported some enemy alliance who were like inimical to Persia. And this triggered the anger of King Darius the First, and he decided to take revenge on Greece, especially Athens. And the year was 491 when Persian forces landed on the coast of Marathon. Marathon is a sea beach, a sea coast, 26 miles away from the city of Athens. The Persian army was 26,000 men strong. It's widely believed by the historians to be like an army of 25,000 to 26,000 men backed by 1,000 cavalry. So the Persian army didn't decide to land near the coast of Athens and invade the city directly, because the element of surprise would be lost in that case, as Athens was a major trade hub, so there was no way by which the surprise attack could be launched directly on Athens. So they decided to land 26 miles away on a open plain sea beach, which was like an open field, and camp there and attack Athens at an opportune time when they think it was fit to do so. In case the defending army from Athens faced them, there would be no match for the mighty Persian army in an open, clear field. After the Persian army landed on the sea beach of Marathon and they established their camps there, somehow this news reached Athens, and hurriedly an army was scrambled. Athens had a very small army as compared to the Persian army, and it's widely believed that the army from Athens was a citizens' army. Everybody participated and assembled to defend their homes. It was farmers, there were traders, craftsmen, some professional soldiers, and historians believe that the citizen army assembled was close to around 11 to 12,000, anyways, which was half of the size of the mighty Persian professional army. The Greeks marched to the seacoast of Marathon and they established their positions at the top of a hill which was overlooking the sea beach. The Persian army's strategy was very clear. First of all, rain down arrows on the defending Greek army, weaken them, and then let loose the cavalry to push forward and break the lines and disorient them, and then infantry would move on to finish up the mopping operations. To bring in the element of speed, Persian army were armed with light weapons and light armory. And at the other hand, the Greek army had heavy weapons, long javelins, and short heavy battle axes, and they were defended by a very thick armor. But there was one tactical mistake which the Persians made. Instead of using their cavalry head on, they kept the horses on the ships. The cavalry was kept in reserve to attack Athens from the rear if required. And the Persian army marched towards the Greek positions head on, because they knew that taking on the Greeks in an open field would be a cakewalk for the Persians. And when the rain of arrows started, the Greek army the army from Athens, they charged directly to the lines of the Persian army, which was kind of a suicidal. Persians thought that it was a suicidal move on the account of the Greeks, but it was a calculated strategy. Instead of taking down the rain of arrow in a standing position, it's better to dash towards your enemy, because that would give you less time to spend under the raining arrows, and the casualty would be minimal. The heavy armor protected most of the Greek soldiers from the raining arrows, and they directly clashed into the left flank, right flank, and the central position of the Persian army. The heavy javelin and the heavy axes used by the Greeks quickly broke through the left and right flanks of the Persian army, and they caved in from behind, surrounding the Persian center from three sides, and the Persians were decimated. It's widely believed that Persians lost around 6,000 men on the sea beach of Marathon, while the casualty on the Greek side was around 400 to 500 men. At that time, the Persians ran towards their ships and they sailed south toward the city of Athens. Seeing this, the Greeks realized that the ships are sailing towards south, along with all the soldiers who just fled the Marathon sea beach after being defeated. And the Greeks knew that since all these soldiers are sailing towards south, they would attack the city of Athens, because now Athens was not defended by soldiers. All of the troops from Athens were here on the sea beach of Marathon. So the Greek soldiers had no option but to run back to the city of Athens and defend it. City of Athens was 26 miles or 42 kilometers from there, and they did exactly that. Battered and tired, they still ran and reached the city of Athens on time, completing 26 miles. And by the time they reached the city of Athens, the ships had already reached there, and the soldiers were just coming down from the ship and landing on the beach and were ready to charge towards the city. When they saw the Greek army again guarding the city, who defeated them just a few hours ago on the sea beach of Marathon, they again went back to the ships and fled towards Persia. So, this legendary historical race of 26 miles on foot from the sea beach of Marathon to the city of Athens is known as the Marathon race. And in its tribute, the marathon race is still a major sporting event in Olympics, as well as several other regional athletic sporting events. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends so that I can bring such videos again to you. Thank you very much.